Imagine standing in 16th century Japan, a land of mist-covered mountains and ancient traditions. Now imagine a man who defied every expectation, every boundary, every limitation placed upon him by birth and circumstance. This is the true story of Yasuke, the African warrior who became a legendary samurai. The year is 1569. Japan is burning, not with foreign invasion, but with its own ambition. For over a century, the country has torn itself apart in endless civil war. Warlords called daimyo fight for supremacy, their armies clashing across rice fields and mountain passes. Castles rise and fall. Dynasties crumble overnight. In this chaos, one man sees opportunity where others see only destruction. His name is Oda Nobunaga, and he dreams of something no one has achieved in generations. He wants to unite all of Japan under his rule. Nobunaga isn't just another warlord. He's a revolutionary. While other samurai cling to tradition, he embraces change. He arms peasants with muskets, transforming warfare forever. He builds massive castles that dwarf anything seen before. He's ruthless, brilliant, and utterly fearless. But his greatest act of defiance against convention hasn't happened yet. Thousands of miles away, across vast oceans and endless horizons, a young man lives in Mozambique. His name might have been different then. History has forgotten his original identity, but his destiny is already in motion. Portuguese traders and Jesuit missionaries frequent the East African coast, seeking converts and profit. One of these missionaries, an Italian named Alessandro Valignano, notices something special about this young man. Perhaps it's his intelligence, perhaps it's his physical presence, perhaps it's simply fate. Valignano is preparing for an ambitious journey to Japan, and he needs attendance. The young African man agrees to join him. He cannot know that this decision will transform him into a legend. The journey takes years. They sail around India through Southeast Asian waters, navigating storms and pirates. Finally, in 1579, their ship approaches Japanese shores. The young man steps onto soil that will become his home, his battlefield, and his place in history. The Japanese have never seen anyone like him. Standing over 6 feet tall in an era when most Japanese men barely reach 5.5 feet, he towers above crowds. His skin, dark as polished ebony, captivates everyone who sees him. When Valignano's party reaches the capital, Kyoto, chaos erupts. Thousands of people flood the streets, desperate for a glimpse of this extraordinary visitor. The crush of humanity becomes so intense that several people die in the chaos. Guards struggle to maintain order. The entire city seems to stop functioning. Word reaches Oda Nobunaga. The great unifier is intrigued. He summons Valignano and his attendants to his castle. Nobunaga is a man who appreciates the exceptional, the unique, the unprecedented. When he meets the African warrior, he's immediately fascinated. Some accounts say Nobunaga initially doubted the man's skin color was real. He allegedly ordered him to strip and wash, believing it might be ink or paint. When the color remained, Nobunaga's fascination deepened into genuine respect. The two men begin spending time together. Nobunaga speaks with him, learning about distant lands and different peoples. The African warrior demonstrates his strength and combat skills. He's not just physically imposing. He's intelligent, disciplined, and possesses the bearing of a natural warrior. Nobunaga makes a decision that will shock Japanese society. He decides to make this foreigner a samurai. This isn't merely symbolic. Samurai status represents the highest warrior class in Japan. It comes with land, income, and tremendous social prestige. For centuries, this honor has been reserved for Japanese nobility. Nobunaga doesn't care about tradition. He sees ability, loyalty, and potential. That's enough. He gives the man a Japanese name, Yasuke. The name might derive from the Japanese pronunciation of a name like Yasufe or Isaac. Its exact origin remains mysterious, like much of Yasuke's story. Nobunaga doesn't just grant Yasuke a title. He gives him a house, servants, and a katana, the sacred sword of the samurai. He assigns Yasuke a stipend that allows him to live comfortably. Most importantly, he makes Yasuke his weapons bearer, a position of deep trust. In battle, the weapons bearer stays close to the commander, ready to provide fresh weapons. This role requires absolute loyalty. One moment of betrayal could mean death. Nobunaga trusts Yasuke with his life. Yasuke begins his training in earnest. The way of the samurai isn't just about fighting. It encompasses philosophy, poetry, tea ceremony, and rigid codes of conduct. Bushido, the way of the warrior, demands honor above all else, death before dishonor, loyalty to one's lord above family, above life itself. Yasuke absorbs these teachings. He learns Japanese language and customs. He practices with the katana, the spear, and other weapons. His natural athleticism and previous combat experience serve him well. He becomes not just a novelty, but a respected warrior. The year 1582 arrives. Nobunaga is at the height of his power. He controls most of central Japan. Total unification seems within reach, but betrayal lurks in the shadows. One of Nobunaga's own generals, Akechi Mitsuhide, harbors resentment and ambition. On June 21st, while Nobunaga rests at Honnoji Temple in Kyoto with minimal guards, Akechi strikes. Thousands of troops surround the temple in the pre-dawn darkness. Yasuke is there. As arrows fly and flames begin consuming the temple, he fights alongside his lord. Contemporary accounts describe the battle. Yasuke wields his weapons with devastating effectiveness. He cuts down enemy soldiers, trying desperately to protect Nobunaga, but they're vastly outnumbered. The situation is hopeless. Nobunaga, seeing no escape, makes the samurai's choice. Rather than face capture, he commits seppuku, ritual suicide. He dies with honor intact. Yasuke fights on. After Nobunaga's death, he makes his way to Nijo Castle, where Nobunaga's son and heir is staying. The battle continues there. Yasuke leads the defense, but again they're overwhelmed. Eventually, Akechi's forces capture him. They bring the African samurai before Akechi Mitsuhide. The traitor must decide Yasuke's fate. In a moment that reveals both prejudice and perhaps mercy, Akechi declares that Yasuke is not truly Japanese and therefore not truly samurai. He orders his men to return Yasuke to the Jesuits. This decision saves Yasuke's life. A real samurai would have been expected to commit seppuku or be executed. By denying Yasuke's samurai status, Akechi gives him an escape from death. After this moment, Yasuke vanishes from historical records. Some believe he returned to the Jesuits and eventually left Japan. Others speculate he remained, living quietly in a land that had become his home. We don't know how his story ends, but we know what he achieved. For a brief, shining moment, an African man became a Japanese samurai. He earned the respect of one of history's greatest warriors. He fought in battles that shaped a nation. He proved that honor, courage, and ability transcend all boundaries. Yasuke's story reminds us that history is far more diverse and interconnected than we often imagine. In an age before modern globalization, people from vastly different cultures met, learned from each other, and sometimes formed bonds that defied every social convention. Yasuke didn't just survive in feudal Japan. He thrived. He rose to heights that most Japanese people could never reach. His legacy endures, inspiring books, films, and imaginations across centuries. The African samurai walked through history like a comet, brief but unforgettable, proving that greatness recognizes no borders.